Welcome to Focus on Top 10. Please like and subscribe. Amazing facts about Bank of America. Bank of America is the world's leading financial institution that not only serves individual customers but small, middle-market businesses and larger corporations, providing a whole range of banking facilities and other management products and services. It basically provides its assistance in the United States by helping 66 million buyers and businesses. They have almost 4,300 finance centers and approximately 16,500 ATM machines installed. Its digital banking system is superb with 35 million mobile users. All this makes Bank of America a global leader in the banking sector. All its services are very easy to use and its applications easy to manage. The company assists customers through services across the United States, its provinces, and roughly around 35 countries. 1. Bank of America or Bank of Italy? The historical account of the Bank of America can be tracked down to a few decades back when it was known by the name of the Bank of Italy. However, there was one characteristic that separated it from all the other banks in operation in America, and that was extending its assistance to the immigrants and not only limiting it to the rich American lot. It was taken over by the nation's bank in the year 1998, and it was then when it was renamed Bank of America II. This event became the most prominent bank acquisition event in the entire history. The further events that followed this acquisition led the Bank of America from being a regional player to a national one. 2. World's largest wealth management corporation. Due to these subsequent acquisitions of Merrill Lynch, the Bank of America has now become the world's largest and most popular banking corporation. The bank prides itself in assisting the top wealth management shares and personal asset shares along with acquiring high net worth clientele. 3. Behind Golden Gate Bridge. The San Francisco Chronicle newspaper termed the Golden Gate Bridge as a $35 million steel harp when it was inaugurated in 1937. You will be surprised to know that this glorious achievement by the civil engineers was actually funded by the Bank of America. The bridge is 4,200 feet in length and traverses the Golden Gate Strait to unite Marin County and San Francisco. 4. Nantucket Pacific Bank. The bank, Nantucket Pacific, was named so to symbolize the bond between the island of Nantucket and the Pacific Ocean, a cause of the expanding market from the whaling industry. Furthermore, there is only a single bank that can claim to the identification with a comet, extinguishing a fire breakout, hosting a renowned American author, and the increase of prosperity in Nantucket Island. It was on 3 March 1804 when the Massachusetts Senate authorized the Nantucket Pacific Bank. 5. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It was the beginning of the 20th century when the world welcomed its first feature-length animated film. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs hit the theaters on February 4, 1938, and was financed by the Bank of America. The movie broke a record for sales and started a commotion amongst the film critics for whom a movie like this was one of its kind. This event established a relationship between Disney and Bank of America, which eventually led to funding for even more Disney films. The list of films includes Bambi, Cinderella, Dumbo, Fantasia, Peter Pan, Pinocchio, and Tres Caballeros. In subsequent years, the Bank of America also funded the development of Disneyland and Disney World, which you will read more about in the next point. 6. Financed Disneyland. Walt Disney's vision was solely an amusement park for children where the life of imagination would become real. Despite his initial skepticism, he wanted to bring to life the charm of his animated films for the children. Along with Bank of America, which funded the construction of Disneyland in Anaheim, California in the 1950s, Walt Disney gave shape to his dreams. 7. Chaplin's The Kid. The best comic star and the comedian of the silent film industry, Charlie Chaplin was universally recognized. Little Tramp, an awkward but charming character, was something he was best remembered for. As he turned director, it was his first feature-length film, The Kid, which was funded by the Bank of America in 1919 for $250,000. You might note that during this period, many banks thought of it as a risky move, but the Bank of America had full faith in being convinced that the film industry was stable. 8. Chicago Scenario. The oldest heritage bank of the Bank of America, the Merchants Savings Loan and Trust Company, contributed not only the expansion of Chicago while its population increased manifolds but also in the reconstruction of the whole town after the events of the Great Fire. 9. Women's Bank. Bank of Italy, as we told above, was the heritage bank of the Bank of America in San Francisco, which was instrumental in creating the state's first bank by and for women. It was called the Women's Banking Department, which was actually a bank within a bank itself that provided the women with a chance to obtain authority over their own accounts and by means of which they could handle their investments without the involvement of their husbands. 10. Modern-day credit cards. The nationally licensed credit card program started by the Bank of America was initially called BankAmericard, which gradually, due to widespread popularity and adoption by customers all around the globe, renamed itself Visa. Due to an increase in the economic structure of the economy, it was obvious that the customer's confidence was increasing too. It was in 1955 that the bank established its first humongous computer application for banking networks. It gradually built up the same application to promote new programs for the credit card holders to look after the customer's heightened versatility and need for more comprehensive service in purchasing capability. 11. National Anthem of America. An old client and the solicitor for the Bank of the Metropolis, Bank of America's Heritage Bank, Francis Scott Key's popular composition, that subsequently became America's national anthem, and the structure that housed the bank were results of incredible conquests over British strikes when the War of 1812 was in progress. 12. The first ATM. The first ATM by the Bank of America was built in San Francisco at the Stonestown branch in the September of 1969. 13. Survival of St. Louis. The Boatmen's Savings Institution that we previously knew is actually Bank of America's oldest heritage bank west of the Mississippi. It was instrumental in helping the growing, striving town of St. Louis restore its labor class, being a consequence of which, St. Louis not only sustained itself but thrived notwithstanding infinite tragedies that characterized its ancient archives, which marks a cholera outbreak that eliminated almost 6% of the town's inhabitants, the famous Great St. Louis Fire that ravaged 23 liners and at least 430 buildings, and lastly, an economic emergency associated with the advent of the Civil War. 14. First saleswoman. It was during the times when the women were not allowed to vote and when they barely stepped outside their houses to earn their bread and butter. Merrill Lynch created history in the offset of the years when the women's liberation movement had just commenced, by recruiting America's first bond sales lady. 15. Wine industry. 90% of the wines in the USA are produced in Northern California. It is famously known as the wine country. In fact, this historical epicenter of winemaking, called the California Wine Association, was also funded by the Bank of America in 1911. Till the 1920s, the Bank of Italy, one of the heritage banks of Boa, became the sole bank in California to extend statewide assistance and could promote the wine business all over the state. This resulted in a sort of relationship that exists even today and will probably continue for the years to come. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe for daily update.